It's finally here. So I haven't done a thoughts video in a while. How about we change that? As you know, unless you're new to my channel, I've made thoughts videos on movies and sometimes even TV shows in the past. Animated, superhero, or even to video games. And out of all the videos I've been making, there's one movie I was waiting to do a thoughts video on. I had plans in the past to do one, but then I decided to wait until the trailer had dropped. And now that time has come. Unless you follow me on Twitter or are a member on my Discord server, I've either said very little to nothing at all about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. But I think since we now have the trailer to this movie, I think it's time I give my full thoughts on this. I want you all to keep in mind that this is my opinion on this movie, and you don't have to agree with me, and I'll respect your opinions if they are different to mine. So let's start from the beginning. As in the very beginning, back in 2013. So it started as a rumor. Back then I didn't know it was a rumor, but when I saw reports of a Sonic movie in the works, I got so hyped for it as I was always wanting to see Sonic on the big screen. I mean, there was Wreck-It Ralph, and we got Sonic in other movies like Ready Player One and Wreck-It Ralph 2, but I was mainly wanting to see Sonic on the big screen in his own movie. So with this rumor, I had a lot of high hopes, as there's a lot of story ideas you could do with the character for an hour and a half to a 2-hour movie. Things started going slow after that, like who was going to be part of the movie, and with it getting a couple of delays, and it was originally meant for the 25th anniversary release, but then pushed to 2018 to now this year. I felt okay with the delays. I wouldn't want my favorite video game character to have a really rushed movie. We aren't insert a really bad rush movie here. And then more news started coming in. This movie was originally going to be with Sony Pictures, so like Columbia and such. But then they gave it away to Paramount. Honestly, knowing the track record of Sony, I think it's best that they did hand it over, because they didn't seem interested in doing the movie anymore, so I guess it's best that they did give it to someone who would be interested. But then again, Paramount hasn't always made good movies, such as the Transformers movies, and I mean, I did like the Ninja Turtles, yet the designs aren't really the best. But I do remember that Paramount are the ones that started the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so there is that. And besides, when Paramount took over the movie, we started getting a lot more news, so this was a good move. During the mid to late summer of 2018, we started finding out the cast of the movie. First up, we have the character Tom Wachowski, or just Tom the Cop. He'll be played by James Marsden. He's known for being Cyclops in the original X-Men movies. He was Prince Edward in 2007's Enchanted, the first princess movie from Disney since Mulan back in 1998. And he was the character named Fred in the 2011 movie Hop from Illumination, marking their first and only live-action movie, which is also their lowest grossing movie at the box office. He's done other stuff too, but those are the ones that I'm more aware of that he's done. So we have a buddy cop thing going on, I guess. That could be okay. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen the police in any other pieces of Sonic media. But this time it's for the main focus, so there's gonna be some potential here. Then there's Tika Sumpters. She's the leading female role in the movie. The only movie I've seen her in is Ride Along 2. No, I haven't watched the first one, and I didn't even watch the whole of Ride Along 2, because we were just watching it during college for some reason. Yeah. At first I thought they were gonna pull a Sonic 06 on this movie, but the more I looked into it, I'm glad that's not the case anymore. I'm sure she'll be fine in this movie, as long as there's both a purpose and any action scene to show she's useful. There are other people in the movie, but I don't really know these people. Although I am aware of Neil MacDonald, who was in the MCU as Dum Dum Dugan in Captain America the First Avenger. So that's pretty cool. And now there's the two main ones. The actors for Sonic and Eggman. Let's do Eggman first. Eggman will be played by Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, he's known for such movies as The Mask, Ace Ventura Pet Detective, Dumb and Dumber, he was the Riddler in Batman Forever, and he was even the Grinch in the 2000 How the Grinch Stole Christmas live-action movie. He's been in a lot of movies. I love Jim Carrey. I haven't seen every movie he's in, but ones I have seen, he's a great actor, so hearing he's gonna be Eggman, that just makes me find it funny and interesting. Eggman has acted differently before in other forms of media for Sonic, so what Jim Carrey will bring pretty much won't be any different to what we had before. And then there's Sonic, and he's going to be voiced by Ben Schwartz. He's known for some TV sitcoms, but his more recent stuff, he's Dewey Duck in Disney's 2017 reboot of DuckTales, and he's Leonardo in the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon on Nickelodeon. I really enjoy this guy's performances as those characters, and when I saw people either making animatics or animations with lines from both shows, but with Sonic, I knew he was the right choice. I was gonna make one of those animations myself, but I never finished it after doing the lip syncing.
I don't need weapons to beat you! I got my rare skills!
So screenshots from the film set started showing up online, and one of them was a police car and a welcoming sign to a place called Green Hills. You'd think I'd say it's from Sonic 1 and every other time Green Hill has shown up in later Sonic games, but because it says Green Hills, I can say it's actually based on the stage from Sonic 2 on the Master System and Game Gear. But most people will know it from the Green Hill that everybody knows, so whatever. There was a couple of action shots and even James Marsden on set as Tom in a police outfit. It was mostly images of James and Tika, but there are a few scene shots that were recorded, so that's pretty cool. Gets you kind of an idea of what we might be seeing in this movie. So we have a trusting studio that actually made production move further, a decent cast, there were some plot details and I had the vibes of both Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic X when you think about it. And we've seen some photos and videos from the sets, and it looked to be promising. Like, what could go wrong? But then, on December 10th of 2018, we got our first poster, which was also a motion poster, and what we got caused one of the biggest outrages for Sonic since Sonic Boom. Not only was this the first poster we got, but it gave us a little taste of what Sonic will look like in the movie, and the results was this. When I saw this poster for the first time, I didn't know what to think. This was kinda like when they revealed the Sonic Boom designs, and there's some stuff on this design that are really off-putting. Like Sonic's muscular arms and legs, the way his face was shaped, and even his shoes weren't the same. You couldn't even see socks on him. This sparked so much outrage that everybody was hating on this design. It was like the first time since Sonic 1 everyone agreed on something Sonic. The people behind the movie said the reasoning was because he needed to fit in a live-action setting and to make him look more realistic. Well, what they don't realize is that they're talking about a blue hedgehog that runs really fast and can speak, that can stand up like a human. That's about as unrealistic as the design could get. Plus, we have many cases as to why making cartoony characters realistic to fit in a live-action setting is a bad idea. Smurfs, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Woody Woodpecker, Scooby-Doo, they all don't fit in live action, and yet these movie producers decided it was a good idea to make these characters look like these. Kinda damaging the brands when you think about it. So the same case with these can go for Sonic as well. Plus, we've had TV ads of Sonic in live action, and he looked like his video game self. So why couldn't they just do that? Another point to bring up is that Detective Pikachu, in that movie, all the Pokemon we see look exactly like how they do in other Pokemon stuff, but with realistic textures. That's bringing characters like these in live action done right. Even Pikachu is accurate, so why couldn't this happen to Sonic? One worrying thing was when they talked about Sonic's eyes. Knowing that it wasn't a single eyeball we all know, and two eyes like a human, we all knew this was a major problem. Then another poster came out which was appearing across cinemas in the US. I'm not sure that this poster even showed up in other countries, but I'm definitely sure it did appear in like US cinemas. But it's best that this poster didn't show up anywhere else. In this poster, we see Sonic's legs on top of a bridge with his speed trail of where he's been. Though I don't think his trail can last very long. His legs are so off-putting, he doesn't have socks on. Sonic shouldn't have shoes like that. This was a bigger sign that Sonic was in danger than he already was. Also, Sonic was there? Kill me. Then another poster was found. However, this time it was a leaked poster that was used as a concept look for the advertising. You can tell since it has Chris Pratt in it, someone who isn't in the movie. Even a list of actors for Sonic and Tom were shown, like, again mentioned Chris Pratt. There was even Paul Rudd, Chris Evans. There was even Jack Black in there too. They really wanted someone from the MCU in this movie. Heck, even Sonic had Tom Holland as someone to voice him. Chris Pratt and Paul Rudd were listed for Sonic as well. And Josh Gad. Thank God he wasn't casted. Otherwise I'd give up on Sonic. The poster itself, yeah, it looks fine. Like, I like that they're just like resting on top of a police car. And this is kind of like what we're gonna see for Sonic in a little bit. You can tell that there's like a lot of changes since this leaked version of a concept poster to the other posters that we got. You can really tell the major differences. Like his nose and even the legs and arms, they're a lot different. After a while, things went silent until around February when Sonic's movie design was leaked. We had 3 different leaks in 1 week. The first one was an art guide for marketing on stuff like books and toys, showing Sonic doing different poses like his running pose from Smash Bros. 4, his pointing at us pose from Sonic 06, and even a pose which was either based on one of the poses from Sonic Rush Adventure or based off Mighty's pose from Sonic Mania Plus. When I saw this design, I was laughing my head off, and I thought it didn't look that bad. The eyes were shocking to see, but I got over it after looking at it a bit more. Also, one other key detail, those aren't gloves. For some reason, they removed his gloves. There are so many questions about his design. The biggest is, why? Like, it's not awful in my opinion, but why would they get rid of things that are important key features to his design? That's what made him iconic in the 90s in the first place. Even the original creators of Sonic, such as Yuji Naka and Naoto Oshima, didn't even like the change. Then we got an image of Sonic from the movie. Oh lord, does it look weird in CG. Especially during the eyes and the mouth. That's another thing. In the art guide, he had a side mouth, like he always does in the other advertising for Sonic stuff. But here, he has a centered mouth. I hate centered mouths. It doesn't look right on him. Which is why after Sonic 06, they stopped doing centered mouths. Oh, look at that, another case of product placement. We all love that, don't we? Not. Then we got this image of Sonic running down a highway, and it looks different to the others. That it's clear that these were all unfinished versions, and the closest to the correct one was the art guide. But god, this looks worse compared to what we saw previously. Especially how the mouth looks in this shot. So after that, all anyone wanted to see was a trailer to the movie. It took quite some time, and there was a rumor which started from a tweet from YouTuber Dreamcast Guy about the trailer having the song Gangsta's Paradise. I believed they wouldn't play the song in the trailer, and I made a bet with a friend that they wouldn't do that. And if they did, I had to subscribe to PewDiePie because he wouldn't stop going on about subscribing to PewDiePie because, you know, the meme. Then CinemaCon happened, and they played a 50-second trailer with Gangsta's Paradise. Paramount, what the hell are you doing?
You win, Jazzy.
After that, we all just wanted to see the trailer. We had all the details of this movie, so like what the plot is, and even we got to see the design of Sonic. The only things that we were missing was just hearing Ben Schwartz's Sonic voice, seeing Jim Carrey as Eggman, and just seeing Sonic in motion. And then, the day finally came. On April 30th, the trailer dropped. and I got one of my friends to record my reaction at college, which I won't name for privacy reasons. So here's the reaction. So it's April 30th, and it's 4 minutes after 2 o'clock in the afternoon in UK time, and the Sonic movie trailer has just dropped. I've been waiting for this. This is the main reason why this video has been taking so long to come out. So now that this trailer's out, the moment of truth is here. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, it looks similar to what's in CinemaCon. Oh, they do what it's been reported. They do the ring and the Paramount logo. Oh my god, those hands. It's Gangster's Paradise. Of course they would. Gotta go fast. Oh, is that bench wall? Whoa. Whoa. Did he just cause a blackout? Is this him? Is that him? It's Jim Carrey! Ooh, that mustache, bro. He's doing classic Jim Carrey.
Listen, pal, I don't know if you realize. I'm sorry, Major. What was your name? Nobody cares! SFPD! Meow?
What? Oh my god!
Come on. Okay, pal, I want answers. Basically, it looks like I'm gonna have to save your planet.
Hey, it's got that spinning sound effect.
Oh, is that all you got? No, but thank you for asking. Whatever this one is, our job is to secure it. Neutralize it. See what makes it tick. Look at this! I took 9 million steps today.
9 million steps. There's the logo.
Stay in there and be quiet.
Oh no, it's that one bit.
Yes, it's a child. It's not like
Oh, that's a weird joke.
Bonnie's wearing an old ham sandwich.
Whoa. And that's the trailer, so that's my reaction. I'll be having more details on it now. The reactions to this trailer are very mixed. Some people were either like this, or this, or this. For me, I was like this.
Unbelievable!
This trailer was hilarious to watch. Some moments were pretty enjoyable, such as Jim Carrey's moments as Eggman, and even some jokes were pretty funny in motion. This trailer is so stupid, which is what makes me think it's funny. But in all seriousness though, what does this trailer bring? Well, Jim Carrey is without a doubt the best thing about this movie so far. His performance is top notch, and heck, even Yuji Naka likes him as Eggman. I've always enjoyed Jim Carrey, so this is another case of me liking his work, especially in the first scene we see him in. Then there's other stuff going on, like James Marsden was pretty decent. We saw Tika Sumpters in some shots, but she never said anything and was just there. Nothing really special. Maybe a different scene could change that. All the other people in this movie were harmless, really. I see they're just there to make the plot move forward and even to be part of a joke with Jim Carrey. I can see the agent that works with Eggman, and will have something to go along as he appears more than once. So maybe this could be the Sonic movie version of Snively from the Saturday AM cartoon. Hopefully this time there won't be a cliffhanger ending with him and a robot-eyed Sonic. And then we have the main event of the actual trailer, Sonic's design officially revealed and in motion. It's a hard thing to talk about. Some shots the design looks alright in, but there are some really off-putting shots with this design. There's a few differences to this compared to the leaked motion shot and the first poster. We get to see more spikes on Sonic. He doesn't have the eyeball from the poster. He's got socks. The shoes look a little bit different, but not by a lot. And he's a lighter blue, kind of the same shade of blue that he was in Sonic Mania. There's even some features to the design, which I didn't notice until multiple viewings. Yes, I did view this trailer more than once. I do that with a lot of trailers. He had eyelashes and human parts of the bottom of an eye. Like a bottom eyelid, yeah, he only uses the top eyelid. And he has human teeth. Human teeth? Why is it that CG characters in live action movies, when they're based around something cartoony, they have to have human teeth? It's unnecessary. It's really ugly on Sonic. It makes it worse when it's a centered mouth. The one thing I really hate about Sonic is the centered mouth. I hated it in the games, I hated it in the cartoons, I hated it in artworks, and I hate it here. At least have it so the mouth faces the camera or something. That's pretty much what the side mouths do. That would look better. The later games after 06 got this right. Until they messed it up again. Then there's Sonic having blue arms again. Let's be real though, we all knew he'd have blue arms in this movie. He has the muscular arms and legs again, but it seems they've gotten less muscular, if that makes sense. Overall with the design, it's not that bad, as there are far worse designs of Sonic out there throughout his lifetime, whether it's from a cameo, or even something with permission from Sega. This isn't the worst thing I've seen. Ben Schwartz's Sonic is pretty enjoyable. However, I do think the voice could have had more work done. But I will say I do like his voice, though I feel like it should have been more like Leo's voice from Ninja Turtles, and with the game model instead. Throughout the trailer there was a few action shots which were pretty cool, so I have no problem for the action scenes when we see more of them. We even see rings used as teleportation, which I have no problem with since it's been a thing since Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2, Sonic Lost World on 3DS and Sonic Mania, so I have no problem with the rings being used like that. The only weird bit is just that of all the songs that they picked was Gangsta's Paradise. Yeah, both Sonic and the song were from the 90s, but Sonic is more of a rock and roll character than anything. Rap isn't really for Sonic. If it was for someone like Knuckles who had rap music before, then this would be fine. But since it's Sonic, it really bugs me. So overall, now that we've gotten the trailer we've been waiting for, and the reactions from a lot of people were either mixed or really hated on, the trailer became #1 on YouTube's trending tab for the first time anything on Sonic has done so. It's weird but impressive at the same time. There was even a couple of posters released after the trailer dropped, and I'll just say this, that these posters are pretty well made, and you could see a bit more character in Sonic. And my favorite one has to be the one where he's like running on the building. It reminds me of that one section in Speed Highway from Sonic Adventure. So that's a really cool callback. So out of all the stuff we've seen for this movie, I gotta say, I'm probably gonna end up enjoying this movie. I do happen to sometimes enjoy movies that don't get the best reception, so this could be another case of that. And honestly, I'm pretty hyped for this, as I do think this will be enjoyable. Now I would have ended this video there, but this tweet came out. The director of the movie has stated they've seen the criticism and they are going to change Sonic's design. I felt it was too late at first, but then I remembered that something similar happened with Toy Story 2. Then again, that movie was redoing the whole movie in 9 months. This is just redoing one piece of CG in 6 months. We'll just have to wait and see down the line of how much they change and if it's better. Throughout each depiction of the design that we've seen, there was always like fans like recreating the shots or even just the leaks that we got, so Sonic looked more accurate to his game design, cause let's face it, these recreations are much better. So that's my thoughts on the Sonic movie. This has been a long time coming, and these are just my opinions, and you don't have to agree with me on these, and I'll respect your opinion. I'll talk more on this movie in the future, like when the new design gets revealed, and when the new trailer comes out, and of course when the movie releases. Oh come on! Why is there a long gap for something that will be released in the same language in 3 countries? It's really stupid, just release it at the same time if it's in the same language. Maybe something could change? We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, and one more thing. What if I was to tell you I am working on 2 animations related to the Sonic movie? One is a trailer recreation and source filmmaker, while the other one is a music video which I got permission to do so, with clips from the trailer. You'll see those 2 animations very soon, so stay tuned. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time. Bye.